Hi everyone, and happy Friday. I do apologize for missing my Wednesday video post. If you've been following me on Instagram or been following the community tab on YouTube, I've had kind of a rough week. I live north of Nashville and we had some issues with tornadoes this week. Me and my family are fine. We don't have any damage or anything, but there's stories associated with that. And work's been stressful. There's just been my anxiety's been all over the place this week. It's been just a really anxious, really stressful week. I recorded for Wednesday's video, but I honestly just did not have it in me to put it all together. So we are going to take that video and probably split it into two. Next Monday I will be introducing the Lilix colored pencils with a demo, and then Wednesday we will be continuing to use them in a coloring chat. So you will see those videos. I just didn't have it in me to put those together even yesterday. But today is Friday. We are going to continue with our Flip Through Friday series. Oh my gosh, my desk is a mess. This involves a couple books from my previous Dover purchasing stash, so a new minor Dover purchasing Dover set of purchases, and a book that was recommended to me on Facebook by someone who's a fan of the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is Creative Haven Animal Woodcut Designs. This is by Tim Foley. Tim Foley has quite a number of woodcut design coloring books through the Creative Haven series, and Anne from A Colorful Life did a color along featuring him. I think it was it January? It's either January or February. But watching her pictures and other people's pictures got me drawn back into his art. Then Dover had a sale on their site, which this was marked down as well as the other woodcut book I got. So I did snap them up. Yeah, Michelle, you're going to really stop buying coloring books there. So this was a little unusual for Creative Haven. There are actually 60 designs in this book. It is a massive book for Creative Haven. It is normally $12 US, and I believe they had it marked down to, oh goodness, well, it wasn't $12. I can't remember offhand, but they did have it marked down substantially. And of course, letter sized, average size coloring book, height and width, one-sided pages, medium quality paper. It was a bargain, so I snapped it up. And it does actually refer to it as the deluxe edition, so open it up. We have our inspiration type page here, and then we have, ooh, looks like the binding wants to try to come off this. The pages are also perforated. Here is the title page. You do have your little blurb here. If you want to pause and read that, feel free. And then we get started with the images. So this type of art is a little different. It's not like a grayscale. It's not just regular line art. You do have some shading that's added in with the black shading here. It really makes the colors on these pop. In the pictures that I've noticed, and if you look like on the front page, I love pages with really dark backgrounds. Like black backgrounds to me really make colors pop more. And so with all this extra shading done with the black ink, when you color over it, you get a really nice unique effect. Plus these images, like if I just wanted to go over this with marker, probably wouldn't take very much time at all. It's kind of like the shade, it's kind of like grayscale in that the shading's kind of already done for you. but of course you can add in your own as well. And we all know I'm an animal lover, so this book was just perfect for me. Oh my gosh, my allergies. I am using Flonase, I am using allergy meds, and it still all just doesn't seem to be enough. That is one smug pig, let me tell you. I like that pig. That pig might be my first one to color in this book. Like I said, 60 images is just awesome. 60 unique images is awesome. It's definitely unusual for a coloring book. Oop, did I skip a page? Feels like I skipped a page, but maybe I didn't. A snick, or snicks. There's multiple snicks. Oh, he does not look pleased with what's happening here this week, guys. Hoo boy. I like this one a lot too, with the flamingos. I love the ones with zebras, like, because to me, it's kind of like, hey, part of this picture's already done for me, right? Unless I want to color the zebra pink. Rabbits. I think these would be really pretty if you like colored them differently, like just mixes of grays and browns. I think would be really pretty. I like the foxes too. But no, it just, you know, the end of last week was really busy, and I had like, I was really busy like Friday and Saturday, and I had a really productive Sunday. And then Monday come around, and I guess because I didn't have time to recharge, like, my anxiety was sitting, the anxiety monster was sitting there waiting around the corner of Monday morning with a sledgehammer. And it was just like, ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. Anyway, it was waiting behind the door with a sledgehammer for when I walked into my office Monday morning. And it's like, here, let's have some anxiety. Wham! Let's have some more anxiety. Let's have a bunch of storms come through and a bunch of tornadoes and wham! And just, aw. I'm a fan of possums. They're ugly as sin, but I still like them. I think they're beneficial animals, and I don't know, they're kind of cute. U.S. possums, that is. I believe, like, the other types of possums, like the Australian possums, I believe are, like, freaking adorable, and then we get the weird-looking island of Dr. Moreau kind of thing. And, of course, we have our kitty, which is gorgeous. It's amazing how, like, gorgeous these pictures are, even just with the black and white differences. Like, there's not even any color with these, and these, I could just take these pictures themselves and, like, frame them, and I'd be happy. But I think color obviously would make them even better. But there's really neat designs. I used to have a book of his. Let me tell you how you know you've come full circle with coloring books. When you purchase coloring books, then you go through your coloring books and you pick out the ones that you're not using, and you're like, okay, I can let this go, and you go and donate them. And then like a year later, all of a sudden you're itching to color in that book, whether it's through seeing somebody else color in it or whatever else. a sale comes along, then you purchase said book the second time. I guess this time if I actually color in it, then I'll be okay. Looks like he's about to get whacked with that frisbee. He looks like he's running away from it rather than towards it. Oh, this one's super cute. You can tell I'm a fan of like the fuzzy ones. I like this one too though. Yeah, I'm a fuzzy animal kind of person. I do have some respect. I do have plenty of respect for the non-fuzzy creatures. Except for bugs. Bugs and I just, no. Nope. Not happening. Just not a fan. I like birds and I like birds as well and different fowl, I guess. Oh, we've got kittens. All kinds of kittens. And this one's that one's just throwing a hissy about something and it's adorable. That would be pretty too. All different colors. Then slowly shifting this. And here is an example of another completed page. And like I said, you could still do some blending in of colors. Like you can see some of the lighter to darker colors here. I mean, that enhances it even more, but just the deep dark black shading really makes these pictures pop, and I love it. I don't know, maybe I didn't have an adequate appreciation for certain types of color. I have nowhere to put this book. My desk is such a mess right now. Oh, I have Oreo over here. I have like all these colored pencils and markers over here where I've been working on stuff. And then on the other side of my desk over here, I just have piles of junk. I really need to clean out my desk. Clean off my desk maybe this weekend. Okay, so this was the book I was talking about where I had it, I gave it away, and then I bought it again. I am not the only one that does this. You will help me justify my behavior. No, not really, but anyway, this is Woodcut Designs. This is another Creative Haven book, also by Tim Foley, I believe. Let me be doubly sure. Now, I don't know, this one will have some of the same pictures. It kind of looks like it does, actually. Some of them. Let me look. Yep, that is the same title page as the other one. So there may be some duplicates in this from the Animal Woodcut Designs, but this doesn't just have animals, so there are others in here as well. This is the standard size Creative Haven coloring book, 31 images, normally $6 US. Let me, yeah, I bet a lot of the animals in here are going to be duplicates, but that's okay. I am cool with that. So here is the image on the cover. As you can see, there are going to be plenty of other images in here as well, not just animals. So keep that in mind. So do keep in mind if you purchase this and the Animal Woodcut Designs that there are going to be duplicate images. So just keep that in mind. I think I still got these for a pretty good bargain, so Oreo's hanging out with me today. Ooh, these actually don't even have a frame. They bleed all the way to the edge of the page. I kind of like that. So if you prefer that it takes up the whole page rather than just having that frame, then these might be preferable to you. This is from the cover. Lilies, I think. I do like that it bleeds to the edge of the paper. That is very cool. Yep. Well, some of them don't. A little bit of abstract there. And I get that. I wish this had had maybe something other than animals, so you wouldn't have had that happen, like it all be something other than animals, but no biggie. This one was really marked down too, so. It is weird that some of them are framed and some of them bleed to the edge of the page. That's, I wonder why. That is a little inconsistent and a little bizarre. I wonder if these other images are also in some of his other books. Like if there's these, if there are duplicates across other books as well. That I can't answer. The other books of his weren't really my jam, so I probably won't ever pick those up. So those of you that have them can probably tell me that. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh no! Why has he got to be looking at me? Okay, I will probably never color this image. You got poor Mr. Lobster on the plate looking at you with those pitiful eyes like he's already been dunked. No, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's really pretty with the butterflies, like just the different patterns you could do on that one. There's one from the front cover. I have seen somebody do that on Instagram, I think. Ooh, I like that one. Some T-Rex action there. And then here is the back cover, which is those butterflies I was showing. So, very cool. So if there's not a sale and you don't really want to shell out, you know, 10, 12 bucks for the big book, but you want some of the animals and some different ones to try, this one might be more your cup of tea. Ow. My back and my neck have been bugging me all week too. Alright, so this one is really cool. I had, her name's Tammy. We'll just go with first name here. Tammy messaged me on Facebook and recommended this book, which I had never heard of before. And so I went over to take a peek, and as you can see, it found its way into my cart. And here we are. This is called Minka's Journey, a coloring storybook by Catherine Benante, maybe, hopefully. Average size coloring book, height and width. This is what the back looks like. And you get 32 illustration pages. And there is a really cool setup in this book that I don't see. This is an Amazon printed book. This book is set up in a way that I don't see very often with Amazon books. But I think is a really cool feature. So, all right. So here is the title page. There we go. Copyright, and then just a note. So this book is pretty much just 2-page spreads. Like I said, it's basically a storybook. It's a journey of this cat, it's a chronicle of this cat's journey, I guess. And I believe each page is a double-page spread, each set of pages. And the really cool thing that I do like is that there are blank pages inserted behind each of the pages. So they're all single-sided pages, even though they're all set up in this 2-page spread form, which is super cool. Like I said, I don't see that happen very often. I don't see double-page spreads in Amazon books very often, and but when I do, it seems like the artists have always been very cognizant to put a blank page behind it. so you can use marker, which I just adore. Minka looks super excited to find that little chipmunk and squirrel and rabbit and apparently a little gnome house, or maybe it's, well, I'd say it's chipmunk's house, but I think it's a little too small for him. I like this one a lot. All the forest animals are out trying to figure out what the cat's doing. Probably shot the cats near water. Oh, he's in the boat. He is cruising around, having a good old time. He doesn't have to swim, so I guess he's happy. I love these layouts. This is so cool, and you get all kinds of different animals in these, all kinds of different scenery. It's kind of a where, instead of where's Waldo, it's a where's Minka in this. And Minka is totally cool with all these other animals too. That's unusual for a cat, but Minka must just be pretty laid back. Minka is colored kind of like Felix was. Actually, probably more like Oreo or Leroy, but this would be really cool if I colored this and colored Minka the whole time like it was Felix. Felix was my very first cat, and he passed away almost 2 years ago. He was the very first cat I ever owned, and I miss him very much still. I was trying to look. Is he even in this picture? Or Minka, she... I don't know. I don't see him. Well, that makes sense. It's underwater, right? Like, what cat would be caught underwater? I don't care how much of an adventure they were on. I love this one. Now, Amazon paper does tend to soak up marker quite a bit. So, on a lot of this detail work, I probably would switch more to gel pen than using marker, because I'd just be afraid to bleed through. This is so cute. It really is. Watching that turtle. Make sure that turtle stays in line. Minka seems awful concerned about what the other animals are doing. Okay, so I guess Minka's not in every picture. Again, what cat would be caught near fruit, right? Oh, somebody's having a birthday. I do like the little designs, like that creates a little bit of texture if you're just wanting to use, you know, straight color marker. It does create a little bit of texture for some of this, which is really nice. Okay, so this one isn't a double page spread per se, but it's two images that complement each other quite a bit. So there's plenty of flowers in here as well, if you are a flower and landscape kind of person. Oh, it's going after that bird. That is not good. Run, birdie, run. Or fly, birdie, fly. Run. Good gracious. Okay, this is adorable. They're all snoozing. That might be the first picture I do here. I don't know. I kind of wanted to start at the beginning and go through them that way. Oh, that's so cute. All of them dancing, and then you got some different kitties there as well. That's cool. That could be Leroy. That might be Winry. You could put Tiger there. And Quixote right there or something. That would be cute. And then until next time. If you're wondering what it says down here on the blank pages, it just says blank page. It gives a page number and says helps avoid marker bleed through. So there you go. Just a few blank pages in the back if you like testing stuff. Looks like I got this one out of Texas. Anyway, this is super adorable. Tammy, if you're watching this, thank you for recommending this. I mean, we all, like I said, like I need another coloring book, but that one is adorable, and I am glad I purchased it. So, speaking of cats, we have, of course, more cats. Shocker, I know. This is a Dover coloring book, so this is also still published by Dover, but is a slightly different setup of the type of book it is. It is still letter sized. Man, I tell you what, here lately I'm getting more and more issues with like little bits of damage to my coloring books when I get them. That is not good. This is the Cat Coloring Book by Baldauski. Again, this is a Dover coloring book. These tend to be a little bit cheaper than your Creative Haven books, but the pages are double-sided. So for a lot of us that use markers, for me, usually the Dover coloring books, I try to snag them when they're like 50% off. Usually if they're just like $2 or $3. Then I'll either use pencil in them, or I can always scan in the image on my printer and print them out on marker-friendly paper. So this is 40 felines, and you get informative captions. So if you remember, I think it was last week I had the Wildcat coloring book. I guess this is similar, but we're giving more information about domestic cats. So here is the cover, which has a couple examples of the cats from the book. So it's by Baldauski, but the introduction and captions are by Laura Hare. Big long introduction here. I'll zoom in as much as I can if you want to pause and read it. Talks a lot about domestic cats. There we go. This was done in 1980, so that's interesting. So this is kind of a similar format to the Wildcat coloring book in that you get the images of the cats in different environments, and then there will be like a description underneath them. It looks like this one's just a generic one about just a historical perspective about cats. This is the American Shorthair. And like I said, you get a little bit of an excerpt down here, and then the image itself. Now again, as you can see, these are double-sided. Markers are going to bleed through. This paper is thin enough, I would even be a little cautious about really like hard pressure on colored pencil as well. So, but this tells you like the breed, and then again gives you a little bit of information down here at the bottom. As I said with the Wildcat coloring book, I am I'm a bit of a nerd in that regard. I really dig learning, especially about cats, right? I mean, wild cats, domestic cats, they're all winners to me. There's a Manx. So I enjoy these books just for like reading about the different cats. These would be very cool books for like if you have kids that are super interested in like, and I'm sure there are other coloring books for different animals, but as we all know, I am indeed a cat person. But these would be really good like if you have a kid that really likes cats and wants to learn more about them, or even the wild cats. Either one of the books I've shown would be perfect for kids as well as adults who enjoy information. And you do get it like that wink, so smug. That makes total sense. That's a rag doll. My parents have a rag doll named Mira, and she is, I consider myself a cat person. Like, most of the time I can get a cat to approach me, even if it takes a while. Like, Mira wants nothing to do with me. She wants nothing to do with anybody but my parents and my brother. She is very headstrong. But her background was a little rough too. She was a rescue. And then here's just a picture of the Persian kitten. I'm sure there's more information about the Persian somewhere else, but everybody likes a super fluffy Persian kitten. more kittens. So you do have just a mix of little kitten pictures in with this. Long-haired silver tabby. The binding on these is not really, it's not glued, it's stapled, so the binding on these is a little rougher too. Just keep that in mind. Long-haired calico. Ooh, the marmalade short hair one looks interesting. It's not a distinct breed, but refers to a short-haired cat with red or orange tabby markings on a beige background. I'm not much on, like, I mean, purebred cats are awesome, and there's quite a few in here too, and I love learning about them. All mine are kind of just mixed, like they're showed up at the front door cats. That is a breed I think a lot of us are familiar with. But I've always kind of wanted a Turkish fan cat, just because they really like water. I think that's super cool. Very unique, obviously, for cats. Tomcats. Again, a breed I think many of us are familiar with. My first husband's mother, my mother-in-law, I don't know if she still has some, but she had Himalayans when I was married to him, and they were beautiful looking cats, but they were not super friendly at all. What in the world is that noise? I have to look outside and see what's going on. Short-haired kitty. And then we have the Burman. That's my type of cat right there. So, Oriental Shorthair. Whoop. I've always kind of wanted a Maine Coon too. I'm not gonna lie, they are gorgeous. This is a chinchilla Persian, which I don't think I've ever heard of before. I'm gonna have to go Google that one. Look at them dark eyes there and on the Maine Coon. Like, they just mean business. Then we have Siamese and Oriental White. There are some cats, I believe they're Oriental short hairs. I love watching, there's like 4 of them, and one of them's called Teddy. I'm trying to remember the rest of them. I'll have to put a link to their channel in the description. They are so cute. Like, those ears, they are adorable. All cats are adorable, even the furless ones. This one is simply titled Catnap, which I feel like it is very appropriate. And here are some other completed pictures. But I'll put that link in the description. I think they're super cool. Like I said, all cats are awesome, even the hairless ones. And the Dobby looking ones. Finally, we have, again, surprise, The Cat Lover's Coloring Book by Ruth Soffer. It's also a Dover coloring book. That is an odd smell. Oh, nothing's on fire. I think they're doing some house construction, like a couple neighborhoods over, like, well, like a street or 2 over, and that's probably what it is. Other Dover books of interest here on the cover. Here's the back of this one. Alright, so again, The Cat Lover's Coloring Book by Ruth Soffer. This is also an informational one with, like, breeds. So here's a little bit of a description. Probably going to be blurry, but you can pause that if you want to read it. There we go. Alright. So again, these are double-sided because it's the Dover coloring book version. instead of the Creative Haven. So this is also one with kitties, different breeds and their descriptions. These are a little more, I guess, casual descriptions, just 1 or 2 sentences. I believe these are in alphabetical order too. Looks like it. Or close. I don't know. It is Friday afternoon. I am too tired to think right now. Very short hair. Oh no, it's not in alphabetical order. I have no idea how to even pronounce that one, and I have not seen that one before, so God, look. I love the artists that do these types of cat books. Like, they just capture these looks they give just so perfectly. That is a Goofy Leroy look. That is a very suspicious look. That's a Bagheera look. That's what that is. That is a I'm about to pounce on you. That's an Aussie cat. It's apparently not related to the ocelot, even though it looks like an ocelot. Huh. And these, a lot of these actually have a little more of like a landscapey background to them. The American Curl cats, like their ears are, or like the Scottish Fold cats, they are super cute. Super cute. It's all about cats right now. I don't know why I'm so tired. It's like I got off my game big time come Tuesday, and it's Friday and I'm still not recovered. Yeah. So those are Maine Coons on the front cover, and then we've got more Himalayans over here. We're going to have to do theme weeks pretty soon with my coloring books. Actually, all the other ones I have from my Big Dover buy are ones that I'm a little iffy about showing on the channel, just because I try to stick to the adult coloring books, just for obvious reasons. Oh, that one's about to pounce on that other one, and he is just completely oblivious. So I do have some other books. I'm not 100% sure if or when. I'll probably do like a non-adult coloring book video and then specifically label that one as not adult, and just get them all together in one. So there's another one of the Chinchilla Persians. So here is some information about Dover Publications, their site. And there is that one. So that concludes today. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the next one. We might just start digging in. Well, we should just start digging into my collection, because I should not purchase any more coloring books. Oh, but I hope you guys have enjoyed. Have a great weekend. We will do a Catterday video tomorrow, hopefully, and then, like I said, Monday we will kick off the introduction to the Lelix pencils, color and chat next Wednesday, and then hopefully we're back on schedule, with a caveat there, but I'll talk more about that next week. Anyway, thanks guys, and bye for now.